It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints under the lights on Sunday night.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away,
kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Williams. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Now Williams on first down. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw again. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Williams now off the play fake. They'll get this out to Kamara. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. The third down conversion successful, a gain of 11. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Williams drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Lutz is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They have the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start, because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Off the play fake. Henderson. His throw incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Henderson, complete. It's Johnson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
To number 83, a gain of 12. First down, Giants.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a toss right to Barkley. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis there on the stop. This defense tough to run against, and those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Off play action. Henderson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. He'll get 4 yards of the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly when the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Looking to throw. Henderson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints.
to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Again, it's Kamara. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And taken right on the 30. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Henderson throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try to run forward Barkley. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Henderson steps away to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the 29-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's James. And he'll run down at the 20-yard line. This drive has been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. On 1st down, Henderson. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Henderson to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. The gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Saints coming out now to take the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Finding Taysom Hill complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Looking to throw. Williams.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And this one is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Williams. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Williams loses the football. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Williams. A final shot before break. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for the Giants. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency, but in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Off the play fake, Henderson. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 35 before he's brought down. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Henderson. He finds his man, complete. That's Sparks.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Looking to throw. Henderson. He finds his man, complete. That's Sparks.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
It's a gain of 7. Second and 3. At the 31-yard line.
To throw on second down. Henderson. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Henderson. He finds his man, complete. It's Cannon.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Barkley, inside handoff.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Henderson. And his pass incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack.
Well, surprise, surprise. First and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Henderson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Henderson. Touchdown, Giants! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
We'll talk about that. Sometimes there's a different intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And some room to work.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Williams on 1st and 10. Oh, look at Thomas wide open.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here on a Sunday night, you're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Williams. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here we go with Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Will Watts on for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That time a 9-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now out come the Giants. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Throwing on 1st down. Henderson. And his throw is incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Henderson. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
On third down, Henderson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done. Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And New York set to take the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Seemed like they picked an excellent time there, Charles, to go with the draw play.
They certainly did. Caught them a little over-eager trying to get into the backfield and get to the quarterback. They used their speed and their aggressiveness against them, didn't they?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll go to Barkley again, dancing away at the 35. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back in Tennessee. Coach Major say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47th. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Henderson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On the draw, this is Barkley, and he'll get nothing out of that one. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. Now Williams throwing on first down.
It's complete. Kamara.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
10 seconds to go. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Williams now to throw on second down. Going deep here for Watkins. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Saints who are going to be in position to get the ball first as we are back underway and set for overtime. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw on 3rd down, Williams. He's got him in, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They picked up a 1st down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a 3rd down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Williams.
Looking for Alvin Kamara on the slant.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Here's Williams, looking to throw on 2nd down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack when the
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Williams. Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. What a huge takeaway for this defense, the interception on the opening drive of overtime.
What an absolute disaster of a time for his first interception of the game, because throughout the game, he's made sure to keep the ball away from the other team. He's done a nice job of that. Here, the interception pops up, and now, on the other side of the field, all they're thinking, get 3, and we go home.
They begin with a run by Barkley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. Looking to throw. Henderson. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw. Henderson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try and escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
From the gun on 3rd down. Henderson toward the sideline. He will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Henderson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 21. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. A lot of efficiency here on this drive. Heck, this may be their best drive of the game.
Yeah, if they'd moved it like this throughout the entire game, we probably wouldn't be here in overtime. But right now, what you just said was the key word, efficiency. Taking care of the ball, move it downfield, get themselves in a position to score, and win this game.
On 1st and 10, Henderson. They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
First down, New York.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Operating from the gun, Henderson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. Back to throw. Henderson. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, David.
I kind of figured that was coming.